Welcome back. As we continue our spotlight on water safety, we now turn our focus to water tubing. It's a recreational activity that's grown in popularity in recent years. Unfortunately, though, the number of injuries and deaths related to water tubing has also increased. Joining me now are two mothers who've actually lived through the pain of losing a teenager they both love dearly after she lost her life during a water tubing accident. Carol Berto and Bridget Bello join us now. Ladies, thank you for being here. I'm sorry it's under unfortunate circumstances, but you lost a loved one by the name of Devaney. Tell us her story.
Devaney was a competitive cheerleader with my daughter, and when you have a competitive cheerleading team, you travel together, you're a family. And each of our children are the other parents' children, and their children are ours. And Devaney was on a boat. My daughter was actually coaching cheerleading camp that day. Fortunately, was not on the boat with her. Was on the boat with a 15-year-old boy who had no boater's license, who had not been given permission, according to the parents, to take the boat. And he was towing actually two teenage girls, and slung them into a pylon. And Devaney lost her life immediately on the spot when that happened.
Wow. People don't realize that when you're driving the boat and you're slinging out the object, you're pulling behind it, it goes out further than boat goes.
Absolutely.
Wow. And that had to be such a tragedy for your cheerleading squad.
It really was. Unfortunate accidents do happen with boating, especially with the tubes. They're not in charge of where they go, and so they're at the mercy of the driver. And you know, our initiative to promote safe boating and tubing in our waterways is a top priority for us.
All right. And you actually made the effort to make a difference.
We continue to make the effort to make a difference, and we certainly have had some wonderful people along the way help us with that. You know, boats don't have brakes. Jet skis don't have brakes. And for some reason, you have to be 16 and have a driver's license to drive a car that has brakes. What we set out for, we knew we were never going to get, most likely. You know, there's a lot of tourism dollars associated with boating and the lack of regulation associated with it in our area. But Florida's the #1 state in the country, and our region is the #1 region in the state for deaths. And the only way to change that is to educate.
All right. And talk about your effort with Representative Peters.
We met Kathleen during our initiative to create Devaney's Law, which were a list of items that we wanted the state to give us as far as education and licensing, and she took that ball and ran with it all the way to Tallahassee, and she did get some of the laws not passed, but some allotments for some of the things that we wanted, like education and public service announcements. So we're thankful for her.
We met her that way, and somebody sent us to her, and she did a lot of, as a mom, head nodding, and I kept thinking, politician, yeah, you agree with me, okay. And you know, here we are almost 2 years later, and
she's still fighting for us.
She is, and we have a significant education campaign because of what she did for us. A dear friend out of the process, and we do this as much as we can and try to educate and help other people realize the real dangers associated with this.
Well, we're going to speak to Representative Peters shortly. In the meantime, and this just blew me away, I recently learned from you, Bridget, that on your same cheerleading squad, another teenager just a few weeks ago, or recently, another accident. Talk about that.
One of our cheerleaders, who's fairly new to Rock Solid All-Stars, joined our program, and you know, our family at Rock has been so instrumental in helping Devaney's family get through this event. We were made aware of an incident that happened last weekend where she was in an accident riding actually on a jet ski, but the rope that was toting the tube actually severed her hand, and so she had to endure all the pain of that. And you know, we're helping her family again, and for whatever reason we've been chosen to do this for her. I'm just on even a greater mission to make sure that people are aware of all of the things that can happen while you're tubing. I don't care if it's a bullet point, something that gets the word out there, don't do this and don't do that, and this could happen or that could happen, would be invaluable to save people's lives and keep them from having unfortunate accidents.
Wow.
You're talking about another 15-year-old child that has no hand now. You know, they weren't able to find her hand.
Changed her life forever.
Changed her life forever.
And give us
She
an
comes
update.
home tomorrow. She's the sweetest girl. I say she's a walking angel. Devaney's our heavenly angel, and Rachel has just never complained. She never cried. She never screamed.
And she wasn't actually on the tube.
No.
She was on a jet ski, and they were pulling the tube with a rope, and she had wrapped the rope around her wrist. And when the slack caught up, it just...
Yeah, I don't know if we don't really know the
Right.
details of it, but I believe that, whatever took the rope, the power of the tube maybe dipped in the water, and it severed her hand. I mean, it was a fluke.
But again, it's an education.
Yes.
I mean, there's people out there going, of course you don't wrap the rope around your hand. Everyone knows that.
Not everyone knows
Well, clearly
that.
not everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that.
And, so whatever we can do to help everyone aware of, all of the incidents, not just Rachel's, not just Devaney's, but I'm sure there's hundreds of other accidents that have happened out there that, people wouldn't even dream could happen.
And it happens in an instant.
Yeah, it's just
So fast.
unfortunate.
And they could be the best teen in the world. They can be, loving and devoted
Yes.
and mind their manners, but just one slip up of a mistake, and they it happens.
Right.
Wow. Well, I'm so sorry for your tragic loss. It just blew me away. 2 teens, the same cheerleading squadron, and it's so sad. It's so sad. But thank you for what you're doing, and we will help support you any way we certainly can.
Thank you for helping us get the word out.
You're very welcome. Bridget, Carol, thank you for being here. All right. Coming up next, we're going to speak to Representative Kathleen Peters and get an update on her proposed bill. Stay with us.